What is up, guys? It's Swarma here, back again with some more Halloween Cup action. Going to be going with this team of Alolan Marowak, Clefable, and Wigglytuff. This time, though, I am going to be using Shadow Bone on that Alolan Marowak. Uh, it is definitely the preferred moveset for this particular team. There's definitely cases where Shadow Ball might be better, but for this team, Shadow Bone is definitely what you want. So let's go ahead and get into the video. This is going to be a bit of a longer video because I do 15 battles here and I'm aiming for rank 10. I need to climb 120 points or something to get there, but that's what I'm going for. So we get a Wigglytuff on this first lead. This is pretty good for us. The way I like to do this is I like to build up to do like 5 or 6 fire spins and then swap into Wigglytuff because I need to get their charm counters out there, but I may as well get some free energy on that Marowak. And so this is exactly what we're looking for. Wormadam is coming in. Totally fine with me because I can come in with Alolan Marowak and farm even more energy. So I'm going to be able to go for the Play Rough here. Gets it pretty low. Honestly, it's debatable whether I should even throw a charge move. Might be better to just farm it down. I am able to sneak a Fire Spin in here, so I can just let this come through. Don't need to shield. Bug Buzz is double resisted. You want to be going for Iron Head if you're the Wormadam in that situation, because it is just single resisted. But it is actually a Mandibuzz coming in. So I misclick here. I go for Bone Club. I really should be going for Shadow Bone. They're not going to shield, but I can swap into Clefable, and I know that I can just 2-shield this Clefable and charm down both Pokemon. So I'm going to shield up the Ice Beam. I can take out this Wigglytuff very quickly, and then Mandibuzz against a Charmer. This is the dream scenario. They're going to be able to get to 1 Aerial Ace, likely, maybe 2. But even an Aerial Ace won't KO us. And we've got a Marowak with a ton of health left, so just going to go straight for the Charm Down. We are able to take it out, and that is a good game. So able to win that with 2 shields on my opponent still, so really good for us. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into game 2. So I'm starting tonight at, I think, 2888 or something. I can't actually tell because the bug where your ELO is hidden is back. So who knows what it is. I think it's around there, though. 2888 seems right. I was at 2920 or something and then had a 1-4. So uh, it's probably 29 or 2880 something. But, all right, just looking for a match here. Find one against the Copper Kid. So we have Marowak into Beedrill. This is very good for us. This is what we want to see on the lead because both of our Pokemon in the back have a problem. Sableye coming in. I was very slow on the swap there, which is going to let this Sableye get to a return. But that's actually totally fine because it just means that this Beedrill won't have quite as much farm. And Sableye really struggles against Charmers. So we're just able to Charm down. They're likely going to come back in with the Beedrill and farm me down. That is, in fact, what they do. We aren't able to get to a charge move, unfortunately, but we can come back into Marowak and start fire spinning down. Going to go for the shield. It is just an X-Scissor bait, though, unfortunately. And then they're likely going to swap out. We're going to go for a Bone Club here just to get some chip damage on this Beedrill. And they actually don't shield. They swap into Golurk, and this is totally fine. We're going to be able to bring in our Clefable. And just Charm Golurk down. It's very squishy. It will likely get to a Shadow Punch here, but Shadow Punch is a really bad move. Yeah, it does get to a Shadow Punch. Doesn't do a lot of damage. And they didn't shield their Beedrill, so it's going to be very, very low. We're going to actually go for a Meteor Mash. This is probably unnecessary. It would have been better to just go for a Charm here. But I've got a shield on my Marowak. They're going to get off a charge move here. I can shield it. Really hoping that they don't have X-Scissor and Drill Run, but I don't think they've got enough energy. No, they don't. And so one more Fire Spin is able to take them out. So able to win that game. So we're 3-0 so far, looking pretty good. All right, up against Tony Tormenta in game number 4. Got Marowak into Toxicroak. So Toxicroak is a little bit odd. Marowak does double resist the counters, which is pretty nice. So we're going to stay in here for a little bit. And we're going to eat a Mud Bomb, and then swap into one of our Charmers. So behind on energy, the Charmers don't have a great matchup there, but ahead they can do really, really well against, or even they can do really well against Toxicroak, and we're able to draw out the Wormadam here. This is exactly what we want, because this Wormadam is going to KO us with an Iron Head. They probably wish they had charged up a little bit more energy, and I probably wish that I hadn't thrown this Iron Head, to be honest, but we're going to be able to come down with Alolan Marowak here and farm up so much energy, so we have a ton of energy on the Marowak. We'll have to see what comes in. It is going to be a Crustle, so we're going to go for a Bone Club, hoping to get a shield from this Crustle, and then I've got to swap out right away. I will get smacked down very, very quickly. And we've got Wigglytuff here, and if we just two-shield our Wigglytuff, we should be in a pretty good spot. We are able to shield up this. Oh, it's unfortunately just an X Scissor, but we are going to have to. Actually, we're going to let this one go. It's another X Scissor, but we're going to be able to Charm down and then go for the Ice Beam on this Toxicroak. Actually, I think they swapped out there perhaps on the Crustle. So they're going to have to get to a couple charge moves against us. We do need to shield up this Mud Bomb, though. We've got a Mud Bomb or a Bone Club ready ourselves, which is almost going to take out the Toxicroak. It is, of course, weak to that ground typing, and what we really want is another Fire Spin. We do get one more Fire Spin so that we've got the Shadow Bone ready, and they've used all their energy, so I know that I'm going to be able to get off the charge move with my Alolan Marowak, and we can take out the Crustle. So, really good for us. 4-0 so far this set, so very good start to the battles. And we're just going to keep going here. So, up against Vicryoa. In this next battle, we've got Victory Bell on the lead. This, again, is perfect, exactly what we want. They swap into Azumarill. I come into Wigglytuff. And the only thing, really, that you need to watch out for from Azumarill is a Hydro Pump. If you get hit by a Hydro Pump, you're going to have a bad time. So, I think they did 7 bubbles there, but I might have miscounted on the switch, so I shielded just to be safe. In fact, it was just a Play Rough, but it's totally fine because we're able to take out the Azumarill with a Play Rough, and we've still got quite a lot of health here, so they're likely just going to Razor Leave us down, and now we can come in and farm with Alolan Marowak. So, not going to shield this. Leaf Blade or Acid Spray wouldn't do very much. It is an Acid Spray. We are able to Fire Spin down, and then it's an Alolan Marowak in the back, actually, so this is pretty good for us, because we should be able to get to a Psychic, and that's going to force them to burn a shield, and then we can back-to-back Shadow Bone. So we are just barely able to get to a Psychic. That's really, really important for us. If we didn't get to that, we'd be in a pretty bad spot, but now we can come back into Alolan Marowak. And actually, we're just going to need to do a Bone Club and then a Shadow Bone here. Even a Bone Club would probably take them out at this range. But this is going to be definitely enough to take out the Marowak, and that is going to be a good game. Alright, so really good first set there. Oh, sorry, we're 4-0 now. I must have missed a battle in there. Alright, so one more battle left in this set. Really, really liking the Shadow Bone on the Alolan Marowak. It still hits for pretty heavy damage. Marowak has a high enough attack stat that it's quite threatening, and it isn't a base 80 charge move for its damage, so that's pretty good. And then the threat to lower the defense, like, honestly, that it seems a little broken the way that Moonblast was for Cresselia back when it was a 30% debuff chance, because you don't even really need the defense debuff for that to be a viable move. So I am expecting them to actually reduce that at some point, but here we go. Battle number 5. And we've got a Marowak into Wigglytuff, so again, pretty good for us. We resist the charms. They swap out right away into Skuntank. So this is tough for me. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Wigglytuff, because they are taking neutral damage from Charm. I'm going to shield this up, knowing it could potentially be a flamethrower. It is just a crunch, though. This is definitely going to be another crunch here, so I don't need to shield that up. I am going to be resisting it. And we are able to take out the stun tank. I probably should be throwing the Bone Club from Marowak first. But here, this is fine, because we are going to be able to come back in with Marowak and get tons of energy. Going to go for a Bone Club now. But I always want to basically have lots of energy with Marowak in this matchup. And I'm going to go ahead actually and swap into Clefable. Unfortunate actually that I swapped on the charge move because Marowak would have tanked it better, but I can go ahead and shield up the Clefable and then just charm down this Wigglytuff. And my opponent actually decides to leave, so they probably had something weak to a Charmer in the back. I mean, could have even been like a Galvantula or something like that. But they did have 2 shields, so able to go 5-0 in that set, so very, very good for us. Should get us quite a lot of points and or quite a lot of rating actually. So have to see where we end up. I get a Bulbasaur with a hat. I don't know about you guys, but I am just not all that impressed with the Pokemon with costumes, especially now that you can't evolve them. So it's like, why would you want one? But we climb up to 2951 rating, so pretty good. If we go 5-0 in this set, we'll make it. Other than that, we're going to need basically 2 4-1s to be sure. A 4-1 and a 3-2 might be enough, but it really depends on what we get for each battle. So let's see how this second set goes. So I've definitely been enjoying the Halloween Cup. It's really fun. I hope that we continue to see Niantic do things like this in future seasons, and I think that we will. So curious to see what you guys think of the Halloween Cup. Let me know in the comments if you have anything special you want to say about it, and also what cups you'd like to see them do in the future. What type combinations you think would be really interesting. So, all right, we've got a match against ZZY here. Probably ZZY is how they would want it to be pronounced. We've got a Galvantula on the lead. This is alright for us. They're probably going to swap out. They swap out into Muck. The way I like to play this is to throw a Bone Club. They're very unlikely to shield it because Bone Club's quite a weak move, but if you throw one Bone Club, then you can swap into Wigglytuff and shield once, and they definitely cannot get to a Dark Pulse and a Sludge Wave. So basically, throwing the Bone Club means that you can charm down by just burning one shield, and it's very safe. So their Galvantula is coming back in now. Wigglytuff still has a lot of health. It's going to put in some work against this Galvantula. Able to get to the Ice Beam here. I should be going for Play Rough. Guys, don't go for Ice Beam. It doesn't matter because they shielded. But, you know, Play Rough is definitely the better move because you get Stab and it's higher DPE. They have a Crustle in the back, so I'm just going to be able to come into my Clefable and charm down this Crustle. I'm going to shield up the charge move here. It is a Rock Slide, so it's a good thing I shielded. I was expecting the X-Scissor Bait, but we are able to take them out, and then the Galvantula is going to likely get off a Discharge to take us out here. Yeah, they do, but one Fire Spam should be more than enough to KO, and it does, so that is going to be a good game. Alright, so 6 in a row so far. So feeling really good about this team. It's definitely kind of a cheesy team. Double Charmers is... I'm not going to pretend that it's a pretty team, that it requires a lot of skill, anything like that. But it is effective. So we've got Marowak into Azumarill. This is not good for us. We're going to have to go ahead and swap into our Wigglytuff right away. And basically, the goal here again is not to get Hydro Pumped. So I think they did 7. So I'm going to go ahead and shield. It is a Play Rough, so feels better shielding a Play Rough than it does an Ice Beam, but still not amazing. So we go ahead and throw the Play Rough into Azumarill. They actually shield. So we're going to let this next charge move hit us, hoping it's just another Play Rough. It is another Hydro Pump, though. Really not pleased that they had that. Going to come in with Marowak, try and get ahead on energy. And so I'm counting their bubbles there to make sure that they can't get to another Hydro Pump. So I counted 6 bubbles. Go for the Bone Club. That will take them out. But we'll have to see what they have coming in. It is a Crustle, so that's not good for us. We're going to have to go into Clefable here. They are staying in, so that's pretty good for us, to be honest. We're going to go ahead and shield up this charge move. It is an X-Scissor. Unfortunately, definitely didn't need to shield that. But we're going to be able to get to this Meteor Mash. This is going to deal quite a lot of damage. And they need to get to a Sludge Wave to take us out. They do shield up the Meteor Mash, totally fine. We're able to charm them down to Bone Club range, and this is really where I'm wishing that I had that extra shield, that I didn't shield that X-Scissor. But we are going to be able to do one Fire Spin and then Bone Club this Alolan Muck. And then we are going to be taking an X-Scissor here. I know that I need to throw the charge move because basically one Rock Throw is going to take me out. They do get a Rock Throw through. I have to hope that this Bone Club is going to be enough. I don't think it is. They barely survive, and the Rock Throw or Smackdown damage comes through and takes me out. So very, very close match. Definitely what I needed was to not shield the X-Scissor on Clefable, and that would have been enough to flip that matchup. But well played by my opponent. All 3 of their Pokemon were good against Alolan Marowak, so that was going to be a little tricky. Alright, so Alolan Muck on the lead. Going to go straight for the Bone Club here. And then going to do one more Fire Spin. I'm expecting them to throw. Do one more Fire Spin, and then I swap. And I'm pretty sure that I caught a Dark Pulse here, so I'm not going to shield this. It is a Dark Pulse. That's not very effective. We're going to be able to Charm down. They actually swap into Toxicroak, which is really interesting. This is just a Mud Bomb. Probably not quite enough to KO. And we're going to be able to get a lot more charm damage in. And this is perfect, because we can come in with Marowak and farms Fire Spin down. And now if that Muck comes back in, the Bone Club is going to really be threatening the health. So we do throw the Bone Club here. We get a shield. Pretty good for us. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit and let my Alolan Muck, or Alolan Marowak, go down. 2 shielded Charmer is very, very strong. And so I'm just hoping that whatever in the back I can take out with Charm and 2 shields. It's a Wormadam. This is probably the worst case scenario for me, except for maybe a Sizer. And we just have to hope that we can get to 2 Meteor Mashes, to be honest. We're going to shield up the Iron Head here. It's actually a Bug Buzz. Again, you want to be going for Iron Head. It's less energy, and it's super effective. But going to be going for the Meteor Mash. We have back-to-backs here. They actually are able to sneak a Confusion through, which isn't good for us. They shield up the first one. The second one will get them very low. Not quite enough to take them out, but 1 Charm, and they go down. So very, very close match there. You guys can see that 2 shielded Charmer is just super strong, even in a terrible matchup against Wormadam. 2 shields on the Charmer is enough to get the win there. So really, really close. And really well played by my opponent. I think they did basically everything right. It's just unfortunate that I had the team comp that I did. Alright, so up against Jersey Tooth here. Jersey Tooth is another content creator. Feel free to check out his channel. He does some good battles. So Wigglytuff on the lead. They bring in his Wireless. This is not a good time for him. Charm is going to absolutely destroy his Wireless. Probably 4 Charms is all we need to take it out. Yeah, it is just 4 Charms to take out this Wireless. And now they're likely going to have to come back in with Wigglytuff. It is Wigglytuff coming back in. We're going to be able to get to a Play Rough, no problem here. So getting to the Play Rough, this is going to either force a shield or take them out. Likely going to get the shield. We do get the shield. And then Marowak can come in and farm all of this for energy. So not going to shield. We are going to be resisting both Ice Beam and Play Rough, so it doesn't do too much damage, and then we should safely be able to Fire Spin down. We can. They come in with Alolan Marowak, and we can go for back-to-back Shadow Bones here. This is exactly what you want Shadow Bone for, is to be able to stack those back-to-backs. So this is something I couldn't have done with Shadow Ball. We did get the Defense Spell debuff, and we can come in and Charm down very, very quickly. They had that Wigglytuff in the back with a fraction their health left, so just one more charm to take them out. But that was absolutely massive damage there from Shadowbone. I think we actually got the defense spell debuff on both, but honestly, it didn't matter. We had 2 shields, and the hitting them with one Shadowbone was going to be enough for Clefable to come in and just take them out with Charm. Alright, so looking pretty good so far. Hopefully we can get another positive set going here. Just looking for an opponent. There's not much time left in the Halloween Cup, guys, so if you do want to do more Halloween Cup battles, or if you are enjoying it, if you think you're strong in that cup, make sure to get in those battles as quickly as you can, or as soon as you can, because time is running out. We have now Marowak into Galvantula, which is pretty positive. They actually swap into Toxaprope. I make a mistake here by going into Wigglytuff. I should definitely be going into Clefable. So I'm not going to shield up this first charge move, obviously, as a Mud Bomb was way too quick to be anything else. And they're actually able to get to another Mud Bomb. So I'm going to have to shield it up to maintain Switch advantage. I'm not sure that maintaining Switch is important, but I do want to. And then I am able to get to an Ice Beam. Again, should be going for Play Rough. I don't know why I'm going for Ice Beam here. I think I have it in my head that it's less energy, and so I can get to it quicker, but it's the same charm that you get to it on. So they are going for a Discharge here on the Alolan Marowak, and then they swap into Azumarill. I'm going to go into Clefable right away. All I need to do here is take their final shield, and then I should be okay to take them out with Marowak. That was way too quick to be anything other than Ice Beam, so I don't shield that. I'm able to get to the Meteor Mash. This is either going to take them out or take that final shield. We do get the shield, which is very good for us. We can go ahead and shield up this Ice Beam again. Totally fine. We're going to be able to hopefully charm them down, but they're going to have to burn energy if they don't want to get charmed down. We do take them out. Galvantula comes back in. And then we're going to be able to go for the Shadowbone right away. This is going to be more than enough damage to take out the Galvantula. Honestly, Bone Club might have been enough, but Shadowbone definitely will be, and that's going to be a good game. Alright, so able to go 4-1 in that set, so 9-1 so far tonight. Looking really good, feeling pretty good. Playing reasonably well. I'm still am making some mistakes, like, swapping the Wigglytuff into the Toxaprope instead of the Clefable. Wigglytuff has that normal typing, so is taking neutral damage from counter instead of resisting it. And then, going for the Ice Beams on Galvantula instead of Play Roughs, but they're fairly small mistakes, and this team is actually pretty forgiving, because Wigglytuff and Clefable are so similar that they're almost interchangeable, really. So we're at 2986. We just need a positive set likely to go to rank 10, and we get a Mawile on the lead. That's perfect for us. It's a Galvantula coming in. Swap right away into Wigglytuff. Of course, Alolan Marowak still has a good matchup there, but we need to save that Alolan Marowak for the Mawile in the back. And we're just going to be able to charm down this Galvantula. Definitely expecting the Mawile to come back in. Mawile does come back in. And our game, oh no, this isn't the match there, but we don't quite make it to a charge move. Totally fine, because we can come right back in with Alolan Marowak. I did not want to wait for my switch clock to come up there because they were still locked in, so I want to make sure that I keep my Alolan Marowak on that Mawile for as long as I can. Again, I've got back-to-back Shadowbones here. Going to go for the first one against the Quillfish. Going to go for another one. They might shield. They might decide to not shield. And they decide to not shield, saving that shield for whatever's in the back. But we get the defense spell, and it's a Charmer in the back, so that is going to be all we need to win that matchup. They do concede, recognizing that they had no chance there anymore after we got that defense debuff. So again, Shadowbone, very, very strong. And even though those charms were resisted, Charm just does so much damage that we were able to take them out. Alright, Golurk on the lead. This isn't amazing for us, so we're going to swap out into Wigglytuff. They come into Wormadam, so this is totally fine. What I'm going to want to do is basically, I want to keep this Wormadam healthy enough that my Alolan Marowak can farm. So I'm not actually going to throw a charge move, because I don't really need to win switch advantage here. In fact, getting the extra, 2 or 3 fire spins on a Alolan Marowak is worth taking this Bug Buzz because it does so little damage. And now we're going to be able to throw a Shadow Bone into this Golurk. So we get to the Shadow Bone. Hopefully they don't shield this. And they don't. So that takes them out. We go straight away into our Clefable, and they have a Mandibuzz in the back. That is going to be a good game. Mandibuzz very weak to those charms, and we have 2 shields remaining on Clefable, so that is game over for them. So far so good. This is looking pretty good for us. Again, really hoping to hit rank 10. And if we get it now, it'll just save us, so much pressure in the final week of the season there. And, I can try out some fun teams, try out some new stuff. So, up against Tarsi here. So we've got Marowak into Quillfish. This is really bad for us. I need to swap out right away. None of my Pokemon are good against Quillfish, but at least the Charmers can deal some pretty good fast move damage, even though it is resisted. This is enough for Sludge Wave. If I shield an Aqua Tail, it's totally fine. The second one I will let come through. I did get a Charm through, which is very good for me. So this Aqua Tail gets us quite low, and then we just need to get to a charge move here, and we are able to get to the Play Rough. So this is going to be good. It's either going to force the shield or take them out. It does force the shield, and so we're actually going to be forced to come in with Clefable because Water Gun damage would just be too oppressive on this Quillfish. This is going to be another Aqua Tail, so we can definitely let that come through. And we're going to be able to now charm down this Quillfish, but we do take a lot of damage. And then it's a Mawile in the back. So actually winning switch there was pretty important. They've got a Mandibuzz. If I had been able to line up the Clefable against the Mandibuzz and the Alolan Marowak against the Mawile, I probably would have been worth 2 shields to be able to do that. But unfortunately, I obviously didn't know that before. So they're going to be able to take me out with a Shadow Ball that does a ton of damage, and then we're just going to have to go for the Charm down. We need to shield this up, but it might just be a bait, and they can get to those Shadow Balls very quickly with the Snarls. They are actually going to be able to get to a Shadow Ball here, and that is going to be a good game. So very well played by my opponent. Quillfish is a nightmare for this team, but they recognized that winning switch advantage there was important for them. And so they shielded up that Play Rough, even though I was very low, and it would have been nice. It would have been tempting to come in and farm down with their Mawile. So well played by them, but hopefully we can turn it around, and we've got 2 more games in this set. We need to win at least one of them for sure to hit rank 10. We might need to win 2. I think that a 3-2 might just put me at like 29.99 or something, and that would be so typical of 2020, wouldn't it? So hopefully we can win both of them and just remove all doubt. Alright, looking for a battle here. Hopefully we get an opponent soon. Alright, we found Gary Puck and Oak. So let's see what we've got on the lead. We have a Mawile. This is great for us. Alolan Marowak has such a good matchup here. Come in with Alolan Muck. You guys know how I like to play this. Throw the Bone Club. They're very unlikely to shield. And then I can come in with the Wigglytuff and just charm down, shielding once. If I shield a Dark Pulse, it's totally fine because they're not going to be able to get to another Sludge Wave anyways. We do shield a Sludge Wave though, so that's very good for us. And then we're going to be able to charm them all the way down. And then they're coming back in with Mawile. Not too surprisingly, going to go for a Play Rough here. Not expecting them to shield, but if they do, that's great. They do actually shield, so that's really good for us. And I'm just very happy to let this go down, let them spend their energy. It is an Iron Head, so Marowak can now come in and farm. They've got an Azumarill in the back, so I'm trying to swap into my Clefable as quickly as I can. My switch timer wasn't quite up because I did stay in to throw that Bone Club. They go for the Ice Beam. Unfortunately, I shield that up, so that's not looking great for me. I'm going to have to go for the Meteor Mash here. They have another charge move. I'm hoping this isn't Hydro Pump. If it's Hydro Pump, that's GG, but it's just a Play Rough, so that's really good for me. Because Marowak resists both the Ice Beam and the Play Rough, and we have stored energy, and we win CMP. So we're going to be able to get in a bunch more Charm damage. They're in Bone Club range, so I go straight for the Bone Club. Probably should have gone for the Shadow Bone to be safe, to be honest, but I know that this Mawile doesn't have anything that can hurt me, and I'll be able to Fire Spin down very quickly. So really good for us. Really glad that that Azumarill didn't have Hydro Pump. That would have been very bad for us, and we are able to win that one. So 3-1 in this set. If we win this game, we will hit rank 10. If we don't, then it will probably be a coin flip. So hopefully we can manage it. Okay, finding opponent. Against now 24-24. I've battled them a few times. They're definitely a pretty good battler. We have Marowak and Umbreon. This is not looking good for us. We got to go into our Charmer. We go into Wigglytuff. They come into Tentacruel. This is looking really bad. Tentacruel is a nightmare for this team. It's good against all three Pokemon. Not going to shield this. It's definitely just going to be the Acid Spray. And I really need to get to a charge move here, and my game is bugging, and I lag right as I get to the charge move. So this is not looking good. Going for the Bone Club. I need to call whether this is a Hydro Pump or an Acid Spray. I successfully called the Acid Spray, so that's pretty good for us. Gonna go ahead and Bone Club this Tentacruel, and now we can go ahead and farm down with Fire Spin. We're resisting those Poison Jabs, so this is a fairly safe farm down. And then Umbreon is definitely going to be coming back in, so I'm going to go ahead and swap into Clefable as soon as I can. They have a Galvantula in the back, so we've got a chance here. We're just going to have to shield up this charge move. Even if it's a lunge, that probably does more damage than a last resort. So we're able to charm down this Galvantula, and now they've got 2 shields on their Umbreon. We just need to get in as much damage with Charm as we can before we go down, and we probably want to make sure that we take a shield. So we are going to go ahead and go for the Meteor Mash here. They're going to have to throw a charge move to take us out. They cannot snarl us down. They are going to go for this. Probably is just a foul play. Yeah, it is just a foul play. We've got some stored energy, so I need to get double up and go for the Bone Club here to hopefully draw out that last shield. And then we have enough energy for the Shadow Bone, so I got to go for it right away. We are able to get to the Shadow Bone. Is this going to be enough damage? It is resisted, but it is a pretty good move, and it is enough damage to take out that Umbreon. If I had Shadow Ball, I would not have been able to do that because that Umbreon definitely had the move. And so we are able to go 4-1. So Shadow Bone coming to the rescue there. Again, don't think that I would have been able to do that with a Shadow Ball because I would have needed one more Fire Spin, and I think I would have taken the Foul Play. But we are able to get there with the Shadow Bone, so I'm going to claim the rank rewards here. This is going to get us to rank 10. Feels very good to get to rank 10. It's been since Season 1, so able to get there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.